Hey y'all, welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we are doing what I want to call my 10-minute makeup routine. I'm hoping that it actually takes me 10 minutes, but the reality is that this is just my quickest makeup routine. So I wanted to show y'all what I use and if it actually takes me like 10 minutes. And hopefully this can help you when you're in your rush and you literally have 10 minutes to do your makeup, whether it's in a car, whether it's at home before you're going somewhere, whatever. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. This is all of my makeup, like all of my major makeup things are in here. I have like eyeshadow palettes and stuff too, but this is like what I would be using for my quick makeup routine. So we're gonna jump into that. And then disclaimer, this is excluding lashes. Like lashes are not included. Usually I have clusters on already. So outside of that, this is like the quick little like makeup routine. So since I said it's excluding lashes, I'm gonna put the lashes on. That usually takes me like 2 minutes. But those 2 minutes are valuable when you're doing a 10-minute makeup routine. So I'm gonna do my lashes and then I'll come right back. Okay, so I'm back and the lashes are done. It is currently 10:51. So now I can actually get started on everything else. So I'm gonna keep you all updated with the time as I go because that's the only way y'all are really gonna know if it takes me 10 minutes or not. So first things first is primer, and of course because I need to find things that are not on the top, and of course when I'm trying to time myself, they're not where things are supposed to be. Where's my primer? Okay, so first things first, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I wasn't a primer girl, but as of July, I started using this and I absolutely love it. So it helps my makeup at least stay on a little bit longer with a better base. So first I just put it any and everywhere, all over my whole face. And then next thing I do is eyebrows. Usually I have a pencil for my eyebrows, but I don't have one anymore because I ran out. So then I'm going to go back to what I used to use, which is eyeshadow. So define the brush, of course. I'm already a minute in and I only put on primer. What is this? I have this. We'll try this. I have a pencil that I just found. So a lot of my makeup I also get from Miss A's, like the little things. So I got this sculpting brow pencil from Miss A's. Has a little brush on one side and then the pencil on the other side. So we're gonna try this. I'm gonna brush all of my little hairs up. I so need to get them waxed because what is happening? Okay. So that is there just to kind of form the base of that. And then now I'm going to use the other side and fill them in a little bit. But not too much because I still want it to look pretty natural. Make a little tail to extend my eyebrow just a smidge. And then just filling her in. Okay. And then now I go in with my concealer, which I have this HD concealer I just got from my HEB. And so then I have this little thin brush as well that I'm using to sculpt them. So I take the concealer, I put it under and under. And I start with that first. Also, I'm looking behind y'all because my mirror's behind y'all. So just if y'all want to know what I'm looking at. And I only have 5 minutes left. Ugh, I don't think this is gonna be a 10-minute routine. It might be 15. Who knows? So that's that part. And then I'm gonna do a little bit over the top. I know most people don't start with eyebrows when they do their makeup, but eyebrows are my favorite part of makeup, so I start with it. And I just carve it out to the shape that I want. This is actually going surprisingly good. It usually doesn't go this well. And then I take my brush to blend her, which, where is she? This little brush, and I blend it out. This camera's like right in the middle of my mirror, so it's hard to see. Okay. All right, and then I need to blend it with, I blend it better after when I go in with like what I use for my foundation, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, what is this? This is like a skin tint, and the number 14 beauty balm. So I use this as like for my base. So I take it off, just roll it up, and apply. Like so. And then I go in with the e.l.f. cream and powder face brush with this side and blend it out. But I have to hurry because I only have 3 minutes left. I don't have much left to do, but still. Well, I actually do have quite a bit left, but we'll just tell ourselves that it's not that much. And then I can go back in and blend out my eyebrows better, so it's not as harsh of lines at the top there. And the eyebrows are not done, y'all. They look a little scary right here, but they're not done. I go back in at the end of my routine to finish them, or to make them look a little more finished. Okay, so I go in, I blend all of that out, and that's the base. Okay, and then I go back in with my concealer that I used to carve out my eyebrows for the concealer under my face. And I put it in all of these little places. And then I go back with the same brush that I used to blend out my eyebrows to do the concealer. Yeah, this isn't gonna take 10 minutes. Because I've got, I think, 3 minutes left now. I mean, so far so good though. Alright, and then my forehead, and that's that. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and spray with my Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray, also from e.l.f. Just to set everything in place before we move on to the next step, which is blush. So then I have my e.l.f. Then I have this blush from e.l.f. It is the Camo Liquid Blush. And I just take a little bit of her and put here and here. And then I have this brush, which I've had it for years, so I don't know where it came from, but that's the brush that I have. And then I just blend it out. I used to hate blush, but over the years I've grown to love her. And now it's like one of my favorite things, and I feel like my face isn't done if I don't walk out the house with it on. And then I take whatever's left on my brush and put it on my nose. Like that. Okay. And next thing I go in with is the Maybelline's Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 20, so it's light medium. And it's almost out, so I have to like shake it to get some out. Okay, I started at 10:51 and it's 11 o'clock right now. So look, it's 11 o'clock, so hopefully we finish soon. Maybe it doesn't take me 10 minutes, but it'll be under 20 for sure. Where's my brush? And then I use like my little triangle powder puff thing to get out what I need. And pat, pat, pat. I do personally like a brighter under eye, which is why this shade is a little lighter than I feel would actually like complement my skin best, but I like it a little bit brighter under my eye. So that's why I use this one. Because I'm pretty sure I should use a little bit darker one and it'll probably look a little bit better, but I like a little bit of a brighter under eye. So I put it under, I go back with this where I put all of my concealer at. So on my chin, under my nose, under my eyes, and then just a smidge on my forehead. So that's for that. And then I go in with the One Size powder in Dark Deep to put powder on the rest of my face, just to kind of set everything else in. And then for that, I go in with just a different one of my little powder puff triangles. So I have this one here. And then I will just take that and then I go in at the bottom here and just try to make everything kind of match and blend better. So then just kind of like on my forehead. Like I guess usually where most people put bronzer, I don't use bronzer because I feel like I'm already pretty dark, so bronzer won't really help much. I'm gonna put a little on my nose and around my mouth, and that's that. Okay, it's 11:02, so now we're at the 11-minute mark of this makeup. So definitely not 10 minutes, but I didn't have too much confidence that it was gonna be 10 minutes anyway. So now I go in with a powder blush, and when I say powder blush, I just mean an eyeshadow that's pink. So I have the James Charles palette from way back when. Fun fact, is my first like big makeup purchase. And so I get the pink eyeshadow that's in the corner here. I'll show y'all. So like this is my James Charles palette, and then I use this pink over here. And I just add that onto like a little brush and add that to my face. And it's just subtle. I don't want anything crazy. Like just a little something. And then I go in with the same brush that I used for my foundation. I just use this end to kind of blend everything together. Just so like everything is kind of all coming together, you know? Okay, and then the final, or not the final step, but amongst the final steps, I use this micro brow pen that I got from Miss A's in dark brown, just to create the hair-like strokes that go right in this inner part of my eyebrow. So, just so that it makes my eyebrow look a little fuller than it actually is. I just kind of brush up, and it just makes it look a little bit more finished. At least to me it does. It's nothing crazy, just like a little step, but I feel like it's absolutely necessary. Okay, and then the last thing is lips, and what I would put on for like lip gloss or whatever. And that is gonna be the Volume Hack Trio from rom&nd. I think that's how you say that. I got it from TikTok shop. This is the Mocha Mousse set. So this is what I'm going to be using for my lips. And then when you take it out, it has like all three of these little steps. So there's like a liner, a balm, and a gloss. And I've been obsessed with it ever since I got it. And I use it all the time. Even when I don't do a full face of makeup, I still will just put this on. So I line my lips with that. Like so. And it's just so smooth. That's another reason why I really like it. Okay. So that's the liner. And then I go in with the balm in number 11 Buffy Coral. Also the lip liner was a lip matte pencil in Bitter Mocha number 8. And then I take the balm here and then just apply it like so. It is just so smooth. It just goes on like butter. And I'm obsessed. And you would think that this is it, but it's not. After this, there's the gloss, which just is like the finishing to everything, which is in number 2, Nutty Vague. It's the Glasting Color Gloss. And so this is her. I'm just gonna try to take it out at the same time. But this is it. It's so pretty. It's a little dark because I've used it for a different lip liner, so it's usually not that dark. But man. And I'm just gonna tie it all together. And that is it, folks. That is my makeup routine. That definitely did not take 10 minutes because it is now 11:07. So it took from 10:51 to 11:07, so 15 minutes or 16 minutes, which I told y'all it was gonna be under 20 minutes. So that's all that matters to me. Go in with a final spray of my e.l.f. Setting spray now that everything is done. And that's my face. This is my quick makeup routine. It's like quick, but not so quick, obviously, because it took me more than 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to perfect it at some point and get it down to 10 minutes, but I feel like that's pretty good for right now. So that's my face. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.